All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Say It With Your Chest, episode 3.
Episode 3, my bad.
This would technically be, I guess, another Thanksgiving edition. It's all Thanksgiving edition. It's the holiday season.
Yep.
I'm sorry if I sound a little bit raspy or nasally. I'm getting over a cold right now, so
I
I'm
like
sorry
it.
if
You
I sound
sound nice.
bad. Oh, thank you. Do I sound nice and sexy for you? Yeah.
Today's currently Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
So John, how was your Thanksgiving?
My Thanksgiving was actually really good. I ate a lot of food, drank a lot, and I ate a lot of dessert. Dessert was fantastico. Apple pie was phenomenal. We had like these apple caramel cinnamon rolls, which were phenomenal.
Sounds amazing.
And we watched some good football today. I
Very
enjoyed
good
all
football
the games.
today.
All the games are great. My fantasy teams went off.
Mm-hmm.
I'm winning everywhere.
Same
How
here,
about
same
you?
here.
You winning everywhere? You doing well?
Yeah,
fantasy-wise?
fantasy teams, can't really complain. Especially with the 49ers and Seahawks game. That gave me 52 points by itself.
Damn.
So I'm going to be going into the Sunday up 52.
All right, so before we get into that, I guess let's start off with the first game of the day. Lions-Packers. Oh, boy.
A little bit of an upset.
All right, so there was a little bit of coming back to reality
Yeah.
for the Lions. Now, the Lions have lost, like, what seems like 112 straight Thanksgiving games in a row.
They have not been
And
very
there was
good.
people coming out talking about the fucking moon.
What?
There was something there was a stat I read. It was everywhere. It was about the moon. If a moon was a certain like phase, how like the moon be, like the Lions are losing.
Okay.
Yeah. If you look it up, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
But yeah, to start the Thursday game off, 12:30. Packers were at Detroit, and the Lions got beat in all three phases. Pretty
Almost
much.
had a comeback. I'm not
All,
gonna
it,
lie.
it was a little late,
Mm-hmm.
but they came back last week against Chicago,
Mm-hmm.
but they weren't able to pull it off this week.
Yeah.
Packers
But they still had some good games with some players.
Packers had them beat all game.
Mm-hmm.
The Lions never led in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan Love tied his career high in 3 touchdowns, over
Good for
300 yards passing.
It's about time he starts.
258
things
yards
rolling.
passing. I'm sorry. Yeah, Jordan Love, 22 of 32, 258 yards through the air, 3 touchdowns. That's going to win you a football game.
100%.
That's going to win you a football game.
9 out of 10 times.
Packers moved to 5-6. Lions moved down to 8-3. Still
Amazing.
right there at the top of the NFC race. The Niners won also later in the day, so they are also 8-3. But the Eagles sit atop at 9-1 right now. So the Lions did not.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, Lions didn't fall very far, but the Packers moved up in the playoff race a little bit.
They did.
And the Packers were doing pretty well. I mean, they ran the ball well. A.J. Dillon, 14 of 43 through the air, 3 for 38 through the air. My bad, 14 for 43 on the ground. Christian Watson, haven't heard his name much all season. Has been injured,
Very injured.
not doing well, and 5 for 94 and a touchdown through the air. Did pretty well today.
Yep.
A lot of the
It's about
receivers
time.
did very well. Romeo Dobbs, 3 for 37, a pretty quiet game, but the rookie, Jaden Reed, 4 for 34 and a score. Jordan Love was dishing it out today.
He looked very confident in
He
the
looked
pocket today.
He looked very good.
Confident slaying.
The Lions defense was just not itself the last 2 games. The division opponents have been taking advantage of the Lions' defensive schemes the last 2 weeks because Chicago had Detroit on the ropes last week,
Mm-hmm.
and then the Lions stormed back and took that game in the closing minutes. But the Packers were all over the Lions today. And then on the Detroit side, Jared Goff had a really bad first half. He fumbled the ball 3 times, and one of them led to a defensive score for the Packers. Goff was 29 of 44, 332 through the air, and 2 scores. David Montgomery, another great game on the ground, 15 for 71 and 1. Gibbs, 11 for 54 on the ground. Now, Gibbs, he touched the ball a good amount of times today, but he was taking some shots in this game.
Yeah.
Linebackers were flying, trying to knock him out of the game.
No, yeah, he was taking some heavy
I was
hits.
feeling bad for the rookie. Yeah, he wasn't.
It was definitely a welcome to the NFL game.
Yeah, there wasn't a bright spot really for him in this game today.
He dished out some hits.
He just has some hits. He broke
know?
off. He broke
He
off
lowered
some
his
good plays,
He
but
lowered his shoulder a few times.
yeah, but he was definitely taking the brunt on the offensive
Yeah.
side besides Goff because the offensive line was not able to stop the rush today
Yeah,
from
no.
Preston Smith and Rashad Gary, and they all got themselves a fumble today.
Yep.
Amon-Ra St. Brown, 9 for 95 on 11 targets today.
Great
He had
game.
of course, he's been the most consistent receiver, what it seems like this season.
Mm-hmm.
Almost another 100-yard game, like a 7th of the season.
He's having a great season.
Yeah, Khalif Raymond, 5 for 90. Jameson Williams, 2 for 51. Sam Laporta, 5 for 47 and 1 on 8 targets. Laporta got back a little bit after 2 slump games the last 2 weeks. And Josh Reynolds in garbage time scored 2 for 15 and a touchdown. But the Lions were beat, and I think they're just going to want to get rid of this game and move on to next week.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Packers, congratulations. Beating Detroit, not getting swept on the season after they got pummeled a few weeks ago, or early in the season on that Thursday night game when the Lions ran all over them. David Montgomery had a 3 hat trick on them. But yeah, Packers, Lions, they move on to next week, and let's get on with the second game.
Second game was Cowboys-Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Cowboys absolutely destroyed the Commanders 45-10.
Yeah,
But Sam Howell still had a great game, 28 for 44, 300 yards, 0 TDs, and 1 interception. But he also had 2 carries for 13 yards and 1 touchdown.
ran it in at the
Yep.
1.
Brian Robinson, 15 carries, 53 yards, and Antonio Gibson, 6 carries, 21 yards. Rushing game, not too bad today. Passing game, pretty well.
They were moving in well in the first half, but
Mhm.
they were, once the Cowboys got it on, it was 20-10 going into halftime, but then once the second half came out, Dak was dishing it.
Yeah.
4 touchdowns through the air.
Going into the game, I literally said before the game, like, Cowboys should have an easy win here, and they did.
Once again, I'm sorry if anybody had to play Dak, Dakota Rain Prescott in fucking fantasy
And he's pulling out the
again.
government.
I got to pull out the government. 4 touchdowns through the air and over 338
Yeah.
fucking passing yards. CD got in. Brandon Cooks got in. Turpin got in.
And
Tony P.
Tony P did get in.
Tony P had another rushing touchdown back-to-back weeks.
games. First rushing touchdown at the home stadium.
How crazy is that?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm disappointed in him
12,
this year.
12 weeks in. Not that I really bought the Tony Pollard hype.
Oh,
at
I
all.
did. I drafted
I was
him
not
last
on
year.
that train,
Mhm.
whatsoever. But
He was my sleeper pick in fantasy last year, and he did
only-
me pretty well.
to wait till week 12 to get your first touchdown at home is crazy.
Yeah. And he only has 4 in the season. Like,
No,
not
that's
that much.
so bad.
Like, if you
That's
want to be a
terrible.
top back, you better have.
Nah,
at
he was
least,
a
like,
he was a
9 at
second
this
round
point.
pick. He was a second round pick for
I know.
majority of leagues.
I know,
And
because last
4
year he
touchdowns
had
on the
a
year.
great season. He had over 1,000-yard season last year.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Well, that was also with Zeke in the backfield.
That was Zeke. He was,
listen,
he was RB2 last year.
Rico Dowdle got in as well.
Rico Dowdle did again.
He's the backup to Tony Pollard.
Yeah, he went
got
one
one
for
in
one.
too.
15 yards for a touchdown. Turpin also went 1 for 1, 34 yards and a touchdown. Lamb was 4 for 9 for 53 yards and a touchdown, which is honestly kind of surprising. 4 for 9. You'd think he'd have a little better percentage there.
4 for 9. CeeDee Lamb went 4 for 9.
Yeah, 4 for 9.
He had 9 yards.
No, 9 targets.
Oh, 4 on 9 targets.
Yeah.
Oh, how many yards did he have?
He had 53.
Oh, 53. I was my bad. I misheard
But still,
that.
like when
I
you're
was gonna
getting
say
9
4 for 9.
targets, you think like a receiver like CeeDee Lamb would have at least.
Well, he
6
had
or
a-
7
He had a bit of
catches.
a slow first half,
He did.
and then he
did.
came back in the second half a little bit. He
Mhm.
scored, and he also got the 2-point conversion.
He did get the 2-point conversion. That is right.
So that was big. Yeah, Jake Ferguson was kind of a no-show in this game. He did take a 45-yard catch and run up the seam to start the game, but then didn't catch
about
another pass the rest of the game. But
Brandon Cooks though.
Dallas. Yeah, Brandon
Great
Cooks
game.
has scored in the last couple games, and he's been getting
4
more into.
catches on 5 targets, 72 yards and a touchdown.
Yep. But was traded in the offseason, comes back, and now is starting to finally get into a rhythm and a connection with Dak Prescott. The chemistry starting to, you could see it's clearly building now because CeeDee Lamb has been on a fucking tear. But Brandon Cooks has also had some nice games, and in the midst of
That's
CeeDee
what they
Lamb.
need though. They need
Yeah.
that veteran to show like this
Yep.
is how you do it.
They are killing the bad teams.
Mhm.
It's not even. Dak. But that it's good because it's building the confidence of Dak and CeeDee Lamb. So now when they actually go and they play these
When they get to
high-powered
the
teams,
playoffs,
and when they get to the playoffs, hopefully
He's
it
not gonna be
continues,
scared.
the chemistry stays, and they keep playing the best ball.
hopefully.
But what I really want to talk about is on the defensive side. The Cowboys' defense has been the top storyline all season.
Mhm.
They have statistically been the best defense over like the last 2 seasons. It feels like, and this season with Deron Bland,
NFL record holder.
NFL record,
5 pick sixes in a
my
season.
God,
Setting it today on Thanksgiving.
there's one thing to just like to pick someone off 5 times, right? But then it's to take all 5 of them bitches to the
Back to the
house. Dude.
To take even one to the house is an amazing
And he's done it in
accomplishment.
back-to-back games. Did it at Carolina last week.
Mm-hmm.
Does that at
Hey,
home
the
on
Cowboys
Thanksgiving.
defense, they know how to get interceptions because they had Trayvon Diggs a few years ago with 11.
Mm-hmm.
He was getting like 2 interceptions a game.
Yep. And if you have the Cowboys defense in fantasy, they've been the number 1 defense all year.
Yeah.
All year. They've been the most points put up because of really Deron Bland been putting it in the end zone. They've been scoring touchdowns. They've been scoring a lot of touchdowns on the defensive side.
Mm-hmm.
But that pretty much sealed the deal. And the Cowboys move on with a win, a division win, and knock the Commanders down to...
It's not like the Commanders are going to make the playoffs either way.
No.
They're in the same
Probably
boat as the
not.
Giants. We're trash.
Well, the Commanders now, they're 4-7 or 4-8?
4-8 maybe?
4-8 maybe.
Let's look that up real quick.
Yeah, I think they're 4-8. No, then that's not because of bye week. No, they'd be 4-7.
The Washington Commanders are currently 4-8.
That's gross.
Eagles are 9-1. Cowboys are 8-3. Giants are 3-8.
Ooh, 8-3.
Good job, Big Blue.
8-3. That's a good record. Now they're tied with listen. Now we got the Eagles at the 1 seed right now at 9-1. We have a 3-way tie for second place with the Cowboys, Niners, and Lions.
Look at that.
getting
Playoffs are going to
tight.
be fun this year.
It's getting tight, and I'm excited for the next couple weeks because I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I really don't. But, I mean, the Cowboys whooped up, and that's really into that.
Mm-hmm.
And then while everyone was digging in, eating their
Munching
on the turkey, the ham, the
The
mac and
stuffing.
cheese, stuffing, you got the cornbread, the rolls,
Got the yams.
you got the yams. While you was digging into all that during the Cowboys game,
Mhm.
then you moved on to dessert, and then right after dessert, probably caught the third game. Niners at Seahawks tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was it looked
Seahawks look like they don't know how to play football.
it looked like a blowout to start the game.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, it was 24-3. Excuse me, 24-3 for a while there. Christian McCaffrey had a big first half. He had 2 touchdowns on the ground, just dominating. 30 points in full point PPR fantasy for you all out there. Dominated for your league. Brought you home into now Friday and into the weekend. But
That's weird saying bringing you into Friday.
bringing you into Friday
Yeah.
because it's Thursday.
No, it's just because NFL don't play on Friday. But they are.
That's right. We get the first Black Friday game, which will be played in a couple hours.
Yep.
When you're seeing this,
I'm excited.
Jets Dolphins. Tune in on Prime Video. But yeah, Brock Purdy was great through the air, 21 of 30 for 209 and a touchdown pass, but he didn't have that touchdown pass till late in the fourth, and he threw the pick late in the third because they had such a dominant ground game in the first half with McCaffrey. Went up big, and then once the second half started, they kind of had a little slump in the third quarter. They're not really putting up points. They let the Seahawks get back in it a little bit. 2 field goals. They got a pick 6. You all right? What's going on?
Keep talking.
You get
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, we're gonna move right past that. You threw a pick, threw a pick 6 and let the Seahawks kind of come back a little bit, but then, Purdy worked his magic and threw a touchdown pass to Brandon Ayuk, who has now scored 3 touchdowns, 3 straight games.
Look at him.
Touchdown in 3 straight games.
I feel like
Brandon
he
Ayuk,
low-key goes
would
under the radar.
Would you put Brandon Ayuk as a top 10 receiver this season?
I wouldn't put him top 10. I put him top 15. And
Yeah.
when I say top 15, I mean 11 or 12.
I just think overall with this season, this season alone, I think it's hard to keep him out of the top 10.
I mean, he's definitely had, I think, weeks where I'd be like, yes, he's 100% top 10.
Mm-hmm.
But I think currently I put him at 11 or 12.
He's receiver 1 on that team.
Oh yeah,
I'd
Debo's
take
not
him
doing
over
anything
Debo.
this
I
year.
mean, listen, Debo's been hurt, but he's more of a gadget type player. You run him, he goes out, he catches balls, he can throw it. Attempted a pass tonight, didn't work out, unfortunately. But Debo had a good game too. He was 7 for 79 through the air, 4 for 15, and a score on the ground tonight. So he was all over the place. Obviously, CMC was great, 19 for 114 and 2 on the ground, 5 for 25 through the air. Kittle with the dud game because, obviously Purdy can't give it to everybody.
Yeah.
One of them has got to have a dud game, And Kittle was that end 3 for 19 through the air. Unfortunate.
Yeah.
But not so unfortunate because I was playing against him in one of my leagues.
Good
So
for you. I mean, I think it's
I was
safe to
very
say,
happy.
though, like, Big Cock Brock was not just a one-year wonder.
no.
I think he's here
No,
to
no,
stay.
no, no, no. Nope.
Mr. Irrelevant is becoming kind of relevant.
Yeah, they listen. The Niners, they come off the bye, they blow Jacksonville out of the water, and then they come back at home, smoke Tampa. Offense looks good, not turning the ball over. Defense is clicking. Now they got 2 wins in a row, and now they come back on Thursday night against a division opponent in a hard place to play in Seattle. 3 wins in a row. They're now back to 8-3. No one's looking at them any differently than how they were when they started the season, 5-0. And there's really not much to say about that. I mean, they're going to move on. They're going to keep dominating. But it's really the other team that we got to talk about in Seattle. They have
They
now
need to
lost
figure their stuff out.
2 straight after being swept by the Rams and now on a short week. Kenneth Walker not in the lineup. Not that they really would have made a difference because Charbonnet has been getting a lot more snaps in the last couple weeks and was clearly ready to play. He was 14 for 47 on the ground, 4 for 11 through the air, but not much he was really able to do because they were down for most of the game. But Geno had a rough night, 18 for 27, 180 and 180 through the air, and he threw a pick, no touchdowns. So, and it's not looking good for the rest of the next couple weeks for the Seahawks.
Yeah.
They go to Dallas next Thursday night.
Tough game.
That's going to be a rough one for them. And then guess where they get to play the following week after that?
They get to play. Tell me.
Oh, they get to go to San Francisco
Oh.
and play the Niners.
Again?
2 out of 3 weeks, yes. Well, they will probably get killed.
And then don't they have the Eagles after that?
Oh, now that you mention it, they do.
Wow, they got a rough 3 weeks coming
They
up.
are home against the Eagles that week, and oh man, that's just gonna.
I feel sorry
suck.
for any Seahawks fans out
Yeah,
there.
any Seahawks fans out there that just want to cry and whimper
Yeah, and just
because you guys are fucked.
Do you want to be fast? Do you want to zoom? Then you need Zoomies. Get rid of your old normal running shoes and get yourself a pair of Zoomies. Zoomies, the #1 running shoe in the game. Zoomies have turbos in them to increase your speed and help you win any race. 4 out of 5 professionals recommend Zoomies to runners of all ages. Warning, Zoomies may or may not burn your feet off. Use at your own risk. You have been warned.
All right, we're back after we were so rudely interrupted by the fucking Seahawks fan behind the goddamn camera.
long story short, if you're a Seahawks fan,
Go fuck
It's-
yourself.
it's gonna be a sad 3 weeks for
His
you.
ass got pissed off and fucking knocked over all the fucking equipment, the
Whoa,
camera and
aggressive,
shit. Yeah, fuck him.
aggressive. Whoa,
Seahawks
whoa.
trash. You're gonna lose
This
the next
is a
couple
PG
weeks.
show.
You guys were 6-3 before you got swept by the fucking Rams. You now lost 2 straight to 2 different division opponents, 6-5, and expect the next 3 fucking games to be losses.
John, this is PG. We're gonna get demonetized.
Fuck. And just cut right there.
Okay.
Word.
So real quick, I know we talked a lot about the Black Friday game against the Jets and the Dolphins, but this is I just want to say something real quick about it. This is day 2 of calling Tyreek Hill out to a 100-meter dash. The fact that you didn't respond to my first one makes me think you're scared
Damn.
because you know I will lose. You will lose
Bro,
to
relax.
me.
I'm not trying to get fucking roasted by
Like,
Tyreek Hill.
Like, you're slow.
Tyreek
dude.
Hill, what are you
You're
doing?
slow. I hate to break it to you, you're slow. You would lose to me. I literally have the track logo tatted on my arm, which means I am fast. You are slow because you don't have it. So, if you want to race me, hit me up. Leave a comment in the comment section, or DM me on either one of my social medias.
You said DM him?
And yeah, we'll go from there. Anyway,
Just
into Sunday.
Call him a pussy while you're at it.
No, because he lifts more than me, and I'm scared of him.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay. All right.
Into Sunday.
Yeah, you want to kick it off with Panthers Titans?
Yeah, Panthers Titans. I mean, it's gonna be the Titans. Will Levis is gonna kill Bryce Young and the Panthers because
That's fucked up. You don't have any faith in Bryce Young?
I mean, yeah, I know you're a Panthers fan.
Yeah,
and
but
I like
like,
Bryce Young, but like
we can't just go 1-15. We gotta win another game, right? We gotta win something.
Yeah, but maybe not the Titans.
Well, the rest of our schedule ain't great.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, I don't know.
We're not
Maybe you
favored
guys
anymore.
should just tank. Tank for Marvin
Tank for
Harrison.
what? We don't
Marvin
have the
Harrison.
pick.
You don't have the pick.
Why do I gotta tell this to you every single time?
I'm not.
We don't
gonna-
got the pick anymore.
I forgot. Okay.
Thank you for reminding me every single time.
You're welcome. You
You
don't
asshole.
have a pick. You suck and you don't have a pick.
Hey, you wanna know something?
What?
You're a Giants fan.
I am a Giants fan, but guess what? We suck and we have a pick.
And what are you gonna fucking spend it on? The long snapper?
Maybe.
Abba.
Maybe.
Yeah, probably.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if draft day comes and my name's called with the first overall pick by the Giants.
Well, hey, you're calling Tyreek out like this. You might as well get drafted.
I'm just
at this
saying.
point.
I'm telling you guys.
We're gonna start
I'm
getting
fast.
looked at by
NFL
scouts.
GMs. I know you guys are watching. I am fast. I could catch a little bit. But I'm mainly a running back. Draft me. Give me $40 million a year. I'll be okay with it. It's okay. Anyway, we're getting off topic.
You think?
Yeah, Panthers Titans. Who do you think's gonna
All
be
right.
the star players in that game?
Well, listen. Titans are home. Carolina's going on the road. We're 1-9.
Mhm.
Titans are -3.5 at home. I think it's just gonna be a shit. It's gonna be a shit game.
Yeah.
Neither team is doing anything special.
Nope.
No, Titans stink as well.
D Hop forgot his name is DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, I mean-
can't do anything this season.
I mean, listen. This game, yeah, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be very defensive. Obviously, the Titans have been losing a little bit lately, and they're typically a well-coached team by Mike Vrabel. So I think that he'll have his defense dialed up and ready to go against a rookie and Bryce Young. But I think what you saw against, especially last week with the Cowboys and the Panthers, with that 17-play drive they had late in the game, I think that if all the pieces come together with the right coaching, I think that the Panthers could maybe do enough to win this game. It's only a 3-point spread right now, so Bryce Young and Adam Thielen can get it done. Run game with Sanders and Chuba Hubbard without any mistakes. Bryce, I'm throwing any goddamn interceptions,
That's in
turn
a
the
perfect
ball
world.
over. Listen, I mean, we're just trying not to get to 10 losses on the season already.
I hate to break it to you, John.
Probably
I think
will,
I
though.
think you're gonna.
Yeah, no, we definitely will. But will it be this week?
Most likely.
All right. Is it really most likely?
I'd take the Titans money line. If I was a betting man.
I hate you.
You know you love me.
Fantasy options in this game?
Fantasy options. Really none. Because if you drafted
Thielen?
anyone from the Panthers,
Thielen.
I mean outside of Thielen, if you drafted anyone from the Panthers or the Titans,
Well, the only one I think
What
the
are you
only
doing?
the only players that really got drafted were probably Derrick Henry, D Hop, and Miles Sanders was
Miles
drafted.
Sanders.
But Thielen has been the
breakout.
vocal point
Not
in the
the
Panthers'
breakout,
offense.
yeah.
Well, you could say breakout because he was a top 10 receiver for most of the year.
well, yeah,
Not
but
anymore.
I mean, like
But
people know who Adam Thielen is.
yeah, old ass Adam Thielen.
Yeah.
Yeah, but start Adam Thielen because at this point you have to. I know trade deadline is next week, but there's not enough value at this point in time to trade him away. I mean, maybe you can gather some picks or some players with him and ship him off
Maybe
for a
pick
better
in the
player.
first
But
round.
yes,
Y'all don't have any.
start Thielen.
Yeah, I went there. I said it again.
Go ahead, it's all right. I can't wait till we talk about the Giants. Go ahead.
I mean, we could. I mean, keep
what?
going. Keep
Yeah,
going. Then
no.
we talked about the Giants.
Yeah, all right, we'll talk about the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait. Yep. Yeah. Titans, Panthers. Start Thielen. Don't start the running backs. They're gonna try to shut the shit down. They're gonna shut the run game down. Don't start Sanders. Don't start Hubbard. Unless you absolutely need to, I would try to find another option either out there on the waiver wire. And on the Titans side, honestly, you could probably start Will Levis. But it's probably gonna be Derrick Henry's day, since he's been not doing the best this season. Not having
King Henry's.
last couple weeks have been
Going down to
kind of
Prince.
a dud, and I think with the Panthers' really hurt and weak run defense, Derrick Henry should be back in it. Expect him to get in the end zone this week, I think, at home.
I think so.
Yeah, and start D Hop and hopefully maybe Will Levis do something enough to
Maybe.
maybe win the Titans.
Never know.
Yeah, that game's Yeah, over under is 36.5. That's not really a hot spot this weekend. Yeah. And you want to just get right into the Giants game now?
Yeah.
Bang it out of the way?
Giants versus Patriots this weekend.
Yep, Pats
rematch,
at New York
Yeah, in MetLife.
in MetLife.
Rematch of the Super Bowl from like 12 years ago.
They haven't played since then?
No, they
Okay,
haven't actually.
all right, yeah,
Fun
yeah.
fact.
Fun fact, they have not played each other since then.
So, realistically, Giants suck, Patriots suck. We both have 3 wins on the season. Is this going to be a pretty game? No, but a team does have to win. And I'm not. I'm not going to be biased. I really think the Giants got this game.
Says I'm not going to be biased and then picks the Giants.
No, I'm not. I'm not saying that because I'm being biased. Like
I mean, listen, Giants are plus 3.5 at home.
Yeah, no, I think they're going to win, but
Pats are favorites at home, on the road.
yeah, but I mean, I don't know. Mac Jones.
Over under
poo-poo.
33.5. Oh my God, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
That is a low total.
Honestly,
This is going to be a gross game. But
This could be a disgusting game.
honestly,
I don't have much. to say
whoever
about it.
loses this game is really the winner. Because they have a much lower draft pick, and they're way more in the pool for either a Caleb Williams or a Marvin Harrison.
100%. You know what? And that being said, go Patriots.
Oh,
Fuck
now
Big
we're
Blue.
rooting for the Patriots. Now that he's just learned this information,
I mean, I just didn't really think of that.
go Pats. Yeah.
I didn't think of that.
Oh, at this point in the season, you definitely want the Giants to blow this game.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we blow every game.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be week 1 of next year, and we're going to blow it.
Yep.
We could probably play a high school team and blow it. Because the Giants are just that ass. Because, we just don't know how to play football.
Nope.
And,
Listen, Tommy DeVito was fucking dialing it up last weekend.
yeah, but if we're being realistic,
Hmm.
overall, Tommy DeVito is a terrible quarterback. He sucks.
And so is the guy you paid all that money to.
I know. I
Yeah.
said this when we signed him.
Yeah, you sure?
Yeah, you saw me complain because I
Mhm.
complained to you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like being a Giants fan. I said this in the last podcast, and I'm gonna say it again. I don't like being a Giants fan. I
Mhm.
wish I was any other team, like literally any other team. I wish I could be an Eagles fan, because they're good.
A division rival? You jump division rival like that? Just 'cause they're doing well?
I wouldn't jump.
Bandwagon.
No, I wouldn't jump. If I honestly had to choose a different team to root for, it would be the Broncos.
Moving on. Okay, that's terrible. Really, the Broncos?
Yeah.
Oh God, that's
They're
right.
like
You
my
are a
second favorite team.
Broncos fan. Trash bag. Anyway, Pats Giants. This game's gonna suck. It's going to be a very defensive game at MetLife. Bill Belichick is going to. What?
No, that was just such a bad segment. But we could go.
What?
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 Huh?
Bad excitement.
I said bad segment.
Bad segment.
Yep.
Yes, it's a terrible segment.
Because
You did this.
I don't pay attention to the Giants this season or the Patriots.
Yeah.
I just
Well,
know we
listen.
suck.
Even though the Patriots have stunk, Bill Belichick does his best to take out your best weapon, and the Giants' only weapon is Saquon Barkley, who had a field day against the Commanders last week.
For the
and-
first time ever, he had a field day.
2 receiving touchdowns.
Yeah.
Not happening this game. I
Definitely
mean,
not.
obviously, you do have to start him in fantasy because he's Saquon,
He can
and you
still
never know
go.
when he's going to break out.
Saquon's good
For
for
a
at least
run,
15 points. If you
But
ask me.
I think that the Patriots, I think they figured it out a little bit this week. I wouldn't, don't start the passing Paisan in fantasy. Don't do that.
Don't
There's-
even
there-
draft him.
There's
Leave him on the waivers.
there's better options out there. Definitely don't play him. Don't play any of the Giants receivers.
Mhm.
Just really play Saquon on the Patriots side. Play Ramondre Stevenson because he's had a really good schedule the last couple weeks, and he's going to get better. Play
Don't
Ramondre
start Ezekiel
Stevenson.
Elliott. He won't see the field.
Well, no, he'll see this. He'll see the field at the goal line,
Really?
but yeah, definitely play Ramondre on that side of the field. Yeah, and any pass catchers, I guess you could take your shot at Hunter Henry or Mike Gesicki on the tight end side, but not really any receivers because they have all been trash this year. And we don't even know who's starting at quarterback this week.
We're gonna find
Bill
out.
Belichick just apparently told all of his quarterbacks just get ready to start this week because I don't know who I'm playing. So
To
it
be
could
honest
be
with you, I don't know who the Pats even have at
It could be
quarterback outside of
Mac.
Mac Jones.
it could be Mac, it could be Bailey Zappi,
They still have Bailey Zappi.
could
That's
be
right.
the Zap attack. Yeah.
I mean,
and whoever else they bring out on the street.
at this point, sign Big Ben. Sign Matt Ryan.
Sign Matt Ryan. Did you see that Drew Brees was talking about?
He can't throw anymore.
He cannot throw. Yeah, no, he cannot throw anymore. He said that if I could still throw my right hand, I would have still been playing. And I believe it.
Yeah, but I mean, we
But he
knew,
couldn't
we
throw
knew
more
he
than
couldn't throw.
he
His
couldn't
last
throw
season
more
was
than
not
10
pretty.
yards. It was
Yeah.
really gross to watch.
His last season was not pretty, but
Yeah, no, Kamara was just getting
he
the
doesn't
ball
really
every
need to
goddamn
prove
play.
anything else. You know, he doesn't need to still be playing.
No,
He's was his second all-time passing yards.
Yep.
Behind Brady.
Yep.
Same with touchdowns.
Yep.
But I think he still has the highest completion percentage.
He was one of the most accurate throwers of the football.
I'm not gonna lie. While he had because he was for a while he had the most yards in NFL history. I called him the GOAT when he had that.
Yep.
I called him the
Really?
GOAT over Brady.
Wow, I remember when he passed Manning. It was like a Monday Night Football against the Commanders.
I believe he threw a touchdown to set the record.
I believe he did that as
Yeah.
well.
What
Yeah.
a way to set a record.
5-time 5,000-yard passer.
Mm-hmm.
in the
Most
season.
5,000-yard seasons.
He's a really good quarterback.
Yep.
All right. Well, speaking
out
of
of Purdue.
Drew Brees and the Saints, I guess we could just segue right into that game now. With the Saints
Uh,
Falcons.
Division rivals.
We got a division game, NFC South showdown. Now this one's a big one because someone's got to win this really bad division.
Yeah.
And it ain't gonna be the Panthers and the Bucks and the Falcons and Saints all suck equally.
But it's got to be somebody.
But the Saints are currently favored at -1.5 on the road in Atlanta. Every time they play each other, it's always a close game. It's always down to the wire. It's going to be like that this Sunday, because the Saints are currently up ahead by a game. So if the Saints were to blow this game to the Falcons, you're tying it, and now you're blowing the doors wide open. Because if the Saints drop this game and the Bucks win, it's just back to wide open again. But if the Saints could beat the Falcons, take another division win, Saints go up 2 games, especially if the Bucks lose, then you're separating yourself now here in Week 12 as you continue the rest of the season going forward.
I think it's safe to say this is the weakest division this year in all of the NFL.
This year definitely the NFC South is definitely at its weakest.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not pretty. Because even the top team, and people think that the Saints are the top team and have not been playing.
Compared to the rest
anywhere.
of the NFL, they're not.
It's not. No, they're not good at all.
Yeah.
But fantasy options in this game. I mean, what's your take on Arthur Smith this year? Because
Changes need to be made.
Changes definitely need to be made. 100%.
Could be very interesting for the entire division.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, I feel like it's gonna be hard to get players on these teams, because who's gonna want to go to them?
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna have to pay them a lot of money, or honestly, maybe even coaches are gonna have to leave in order to get players.
It's gonna be hard to pull people in free agency when you're not even giving the ball to your best options on your own team. How are you gonna pull big name players on the offense when you're not even giving it to Kyle Pitts, Drake London, Bijan Robinson? Now he was getting a lot
Would you call Kyle Pitts a big player?
Yes, absolutely.
I mean,
He's only a dud because he's in the Arthur Smith system.
Since he's been in the league, though, he hasn't really done it. He has had maybe 3 good games.
He doesn't get the ball.
I think he's
He
a bust.
doesn't get the. That's crazy.
I think he's a bust.
Put him on any other team. It's not even a question.
I think he's a bust.
You could think that. He's not.
As of 2:07 a.m. on the Friday morning, I am calling him
2:07 a.m. I think that's crazy. No, you don't get drafted that high as a tight end to just be a bust. And you obviously
don't get drafted that high as any player to be a bust. But at the end of the day, you still got the Jamarcus Russells and the Ryan Leafs.
I think you just clearly don't watch football because
sometimes
you clearly just don't watch the games because he's a freak athlete.
I don't watch
there.
Falcons games.
He's a freak. Well, then there you go. Then you don't have an argument.
Everyone in the NFL is a freak athlete.
Then you don't have an argument. No, not like Kyle Pitts.
Everyone's
Are
a
you
freak
kidding
athlete.
me?
If you make it to the NFL,
Then you don't have an argument. Then you don't have an argument then.
I do.
Because you're not watching Kyle Pitts
do.
enough.
If you make it into, I don't watch college.
Kyle
right.
Pitts.
Oh.
Enough. You don't watch Kyle Pitts enough. Clearly, he's a freak.
Why would I watch the Falcons games?
He's a freak athlete, and they have a trash quarterback, and they're not giving him the ball enough. Put him on literally any other team. Put him on the fucking Giants. He'd be the GOAT. He'd be the best tight end you guys ever had.
That is so false. We've had Jeremy Shockey.
Who? Yeah, I just
I
wanted.
know
I
for
just, I just
I know
wanted
for
to
a
see that
fact
face.
you know who Jimmy
I just wanted to
Sharpie
see
is.
that face. It's okay. I just wanted to see that face of shot.
We've had Evan Ingram.
I just wanted. Who? Nah, just fucking with you. Yeah, flourishing down there in Jacksonville.
You know, I'm happy he's off the team.
But yeah, I mean,
But
you
he
know,
is doing good.
fantasy options in this game. Definitely play Kamara. He's he's a PPR machine, catching like 38 passes a game. PP. T. Michael Thomas is on IR. Don't think about starting him. He'll be in prison probably.
Yeah,
He'll beat the shit out of that construction worker.
Like we said in the last podcast, you know, he set the record and then hasn't
Yep.
really done much. You
Nope.
know? He should,
No, he's done nothing since that.
He set
since
the
that
record
year.
and he goes, I'll just be injured for the rest of
I'll
my
just
career.
dip. Yeah. Derek Carr is supposed to be making a return, so I know that's going to be a tough decision to play Chris Olave. Because Chris Olave, everyone thought was going to be a breakout this year. Derek Carr, when Devontae Adams came into the Raiders, and he finished as a top 10 wide receiver on the year, scoring touchdowns left and right. And we thought that was going to be the breakout of Chris Olave this year, and it has not turned out that way. Jameis Winston comes in the game last week and throws him a fucking touchdown from deep.
I feel like
They should just play Jameis. That's what I'm saying. But no, Derek Carr will most likely start this game, so, you know, hinder your expectations on Olave, but still start him. Play Alvin Kamara. And on the flip side, obviously Bijan's in your lineup. Kyle Pitts at this point, you know, he's in your lineup because the tight end position is just trash and there's no other options. And you never know when he's going to get in the end zone or have a lot of targets and catches. And, you know, would you start Drake London in this game against Marshawn Lattimore?
To be honest, I wouldn't.
I wouldn't either.
I think Marshawn Lattimore is going to lock him down.
No, I would try to sit Drake London if you can. If you can't, well,
hope for the best.
put him in and look away.
Yeah.
And check out.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Don't
about it.
expect for him to do really anything.
And you could start. You could really start both defenses in this game.
Yeah.
Because despite how bad the offenses have looked, the defenses
It's going to be a
have
defensive
been
game.
all right.
It's going to
Yeah.
be a defensive game.
Yeah, the Saints are favored -1.5. The over/under is 41.5. You know, if I had to go one way, I think I'll take Atlanta at home. Honestly,
I'm going to take the Saints.
You'll take the Saints. Okay,
I'll take the Saints.
I'll take Atlanta.
Derek Carr coming back. You know, got something to prove after injury.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to have a very good game.
All right. We shall see
And
what
I
we
would
see.
start Chris Olave too if I had him in fantasy.
You would, yeah.
I would.
I
he's
mean,
gonna be
I
dominant
think you
in a
just
lot
have
of
to
this
play
game.
him and just hope that
Yeah.
he gets loose in the secondary.
I think it's going to happen.
All right, so I guess we'll move on to the other NFC South team with the Bucks at Indianapolis this week. Colts are favored at home -2.5, over/under 44.5. Bucks are coming off a loss at San Francisco, but listen, I mean Baker and the offense have been
They've been
They've been inconsistent, but the games where they put it together, they've looked pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, everyone thought that the Bucks were going to be a bust with
Mhm.
Baker Mayfield, but Mike Evans, top 15 wide receiver right now
100%.
in the league.
100%.
Rashad White has been cooking,
Mhm.
and the defense is a great
Mhm.
run stopper. So I think in this game, Bucks are going to look to shut down the run in Jonathan Taylor. They're going to make Minshew beat him through the air.
Mhm.
So, I mean, start Michael Pittman, start Josh Downs, start the two pass catchers out there, because Michael Pittman has been the most consistent receiver, aside from Amon-Ra, in terms of catches and targets and yards. Get him in your lineup. Josh Downs in your lineup because the occasional deep ball, you know, the Josh Downs kind of line would be like a 3 for 75 and a touchdown kind of game. They're going to do the Bucks defense is going to do their best to shut down Jonathan Taylor in the run game. And on the Bucks side, start Baker, start Mike Evans, definitely start Rashad White, and then take your gamble on Chris Godwin, or maybe not even bother.
I wouldn't even bother. I wouldn't put
Don't
him in.
even bother.
I'd keep him on the bench if you could. If you
And
can.
and I would play Kate Otten in this matchup. Colts have not been great at stopping tight ends, and Baker has been dishing out more targets to Kate Otten the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
So at your tight end position, if Kate Otten's out there, I'd play him. And that's about it for that game. That's not too much happening
Who you
at
got,
there.
though? Who you think's going to win?
I think the Bucks got this one on the
I
road.
think the Colts.
I think the Bucks go on the road and they take it.
Alright.
Yeah, Bucks are
I mean,
sneaky.
I'm a big on Minshew fan.
Okay, you like the Minshew mania?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have his Jacksonville jersey.
Okay.
So-
I think the Bucks. I think the Bucks bounce back after a bad loss. Yeah.
Nah, I'm taking the Colts.
Okay. All right. You take the Colts.
Colts for the win.
All right. All right. All right. All right.
All right.
With another AFC South matchup, we got Jags at Texans. I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, this is gonna be a good game.
I'm excited for this one. This is gonna be a good one. We got yeah,
T-Law versus Stroud.
T-Law versus Stroud. Jaguars are actually favored on the road, -1.5.
Mm-hmm.
Over under is 47.5, so a little higher than these other games we've talked about so far. Texans beat the Jags earlier in the season in Jacksonville. Stroud had a passing day for the ages, and the Jaguars were not able to really get back in that game.
I think the Jaguars bounce back against the Texans this week, and I think they split the series. I think it goes 1-1.
I 100% agree. I think, listen, it's the games in Houston have been very fun to watch recently. Last week against Arizona, Kyler Murray and C.J. Stroud was a great matchup to watch. A couple weeks ago when the Texans played the Bucks and C.J. Stroud almost threw for 5 bills and 4 tutties, that was one hell of a game to watch. He was dishing out to all of his receivers. I think you're going to do the same this week. I think it's going to be a tight one, but I think the Jaguars come away with it in the end. Start Trevor Lawrence if you got him in fantasy. Calvin Ridley coming off of a huge game last week, 100 yards, 2 touchdowns through the air against another AFC opponent in the Titans. I think you start Calvin Ridley, you start Christian Kirk, start Evan Ingram, and Travis Etienne. Expect Travis Etienne to do much better than he has been the last couple of weeks, because Travis Etienne has been a top 5 running back, in both fantasy and just in the game of football right now. And on the Texans side, obviously you got to start C.J. Stroud because he is just a dominant force right now. He's a clear-cut rookie of the year, offensive rookie of the year, and he is well in the MVP race at the moment. Start Tank Dell. He is on fucking fire right now. 100-yard games, touchdown in the last couple games. Start Nico Collins. He's healthy now. Put him in your lineup if you can. Oh, my God. And even... Oh, Jesus Christ. Letting the intrusive thoughts win, man.
Just a little bit. You guys don't need to know what's on the screen. This is
Classified information.
business.
It's business oriented.
Yep.
Anyway. And yeah, continuing with the Texans side, definitely start the doctor, Dalton Schultz.
100%.
He's been hot. See, that's one of CJ Stroud's favorite targets to go to. He's
That's
pretty
why
much
I've been starting
he's
the
pretty
last
much
3 weeks.
been the safety blanket for that offense. Besides Tank Dell. But I mean, would you consider starting Noah Brown this week? He's been hot the last couple games. The last couple games over 100 yards apiece, touchdown.
I mean, I feel like you could have like your
Spot start maybe.
Yeah, you know you could go up, but eventually you got to come down.
Yeah, and you
I
think he
feel
comes
like this is
down
gonna
this
be
week?
the start of him coming down.
All right,
So I would advise not starting him this week if you can. And yeah, basically just leaving him on the bench, seeing what happens.
Leave him on the bench or leave him on the fucking waiver wire if he's not already picked up
Yeah.
by now. But I think because he's been so hot, I think you can play him. And in such a game like this, where the Jaguars are going to want to be in it the entire time, not looking to get swept by Houston, I think you could play him. If you don't have any other better options, put in Noah Brown as a good spot start. But this is a fun one, and we're both in agreement on Jacksonville in this one. All right, and the last 1 o'clock game on Sunday is Steelers at Bengals.
I mean, Steelers I feel like have been on a little bit of a tear recently, and Bengals are now without Joe Burrow. So I feel like the Steelers are definitely going to take this one.
This is going to be the first game where Jake Browning is starting at quarterback. Cincinnati is home. Steelers just fired Matt Canada. I expect the Steelers to come out and win a very defensive game. I think their defense takes over. I think Kenny Pickett does just enough for them to win on the road.
I think George Pickens is going to have a huge game.
Yeah, you think George Pickens is going to have a huge game, not Deontay Johnson?
Nah, I really think
it's been Deontay the last couple weeks. So you think Pickens finally gets it?
I think Pickens is going to unlock something this week.
Yeah.
You know, he's got to actually play football for
And
once.
play football and get the ball. You think Pickett actually throws it to him?
I think so. I
All
think he's
right.
going to get open a lot this week. 'Cause I feel like the Bengals are just going to be in, a little bit of a mind fuck with losing Joe Burrow.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're losing their best player.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to really know what to do.
All right. Steelers on the road are favored at -1.5. Over under is 35.5. So the sports books are also expecting a very defensive game.
Yep.
Low scoring. Expect the defenses to ball out. Cincinnati's defense has been a top 12 defense on the season. Especially the run defense. So I wouldn't be expecting any big games from Najee or Jalen Warren. Unless you see what happened last week against Cleveland, where Jalen Warren took a screen pass to the house, 75 yards, something like that happens. But I think the Bengals are going to try to shut down the run. They're going to force Kenny Pickett to throw. And to Deontay Johnson and Pat Freiermuth and George Pickens. But I think with Matt Canada gone, I think the Steelers are ready to start fresh.
Mm-hmm.
What better way to do that than against a division opponent? On the road, especially.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but this game's going to be a slop fest. And on the Bengals side, man, I mean, definitely don't start Jake Browning.
Yeah.
Not against TJ Watt.
Yeah.
He's going to have a big game, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, that you have to start Jamar Chase. Just plug him in and just hope for the best.
So?
You have to. You have to.
Based on the season
He's your first round pick. You now get a full week of practice with Jake Browning, and you know that you're gonna get a lot of targets. You're the best player on the field. You have to.
Yeah, but based on just how he's performing,
Steelers are gonna try to take Joe Mixon out of the equation. So who are you gonna throw to?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
You're gonna get, and Jamar Chase is gonna be he's your best player. You gotta feed him. When in doubt, fuck it. Jamar's down there somewhere. We're gonna throw to him. So you better just play him and hope that he could, his athletic ability and talent brings you a decent fantasy day.
Hopefully.
T. Higgins at this point, don't play him.
Yeah.
I wouldn't play any other pass catcher besides Jamar Chase. On the Bengals side, put Jamar Chase in. Joe Mixon, you have to play and check out.
It's a new quarterback in the system.
Yep, that's exactly why. You're getting such a downgrade from Joe Burrow to Jake Browning.
So he should go try to chuck it up.
Put
to
Jamar
the
Chase
best player.
and Joe Mixon in and check out on the Bengals side. That's really it for that game. Moving on to the late game windows. The late window. Rams at Cardinals.
I mean, I feel like this is another slot fest.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, Arizona is, not good this year.
Mm-hmm. But they've been very competitive this year.
They have been.
They've lost some very close games. Mm-hmm. They're not getting blown out.
Josh Dobbs.
It's more of a pick 'em this week. I mean, listen, because the Rams beat the Cardinals earlier in the season. They beat them by multiple scores.
Yeah.
Rams are on the road, favored at -1.5. Over under is 44.5, so they're expecting a little bit more of an offensive game, which I totally agree with, because Kyler Murray has been great the last couple weeks since he's been back from injury, and I expect him to make this game very competitive. Stafford was back last week. They got the win at home against Seattle, swept Seattle. So he'll be back. Puka Nacua will most likely be. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. It's like no one even knows what's happening either. We can't even show that.
They don't need to know.
They don't need to know. Don't pay attention to that. Anyway.
Okay.
Cooper Kupp, it's not looking like he's on track to play. He's missed the last 2 days of practice. I don't see him.
The injured ankle we talked about in the last episode.
I don't see him playing this week, so try to plan without him.
Definitely start Puka Nacua.
Definitely start Puka Nacua. Put Tyler Higbee in. With Cooper Kupp out, I recommend putting Tutu Atwell even in a spot start if you need a good wide receiver, even at your flex. Big news, though, on this game is Kyren Williams is coming back for the first time since they played the Arizona Cardinals back in Week 5. And I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm very excited. He's missed the last 5 weeks.
Great play to have back.
And they just cut Darrell Henderson. So Kyron's got the backfield all to himself.
Mm-hmm.
And without Cooper Cup, I expect Kyron to be more involved
A
in
lot of carries.
a lot of carries and more in the receiving game as well.
100%.
Yeah, and on the so start all those guys, and on the Cardinals side, definitely Kyler Murray's in your lineup. Play Hollywood Brown. Need the deep threat to go over the top. You can even spot start Michael Wilson if you need to. Get Trey McBride in your lineup. All right? He's going to finish the season as a top 10 tight end. I know it's not that hard, but he's been Tyler Murray's favorite target, and he's been hot the last couple weeks. Even with Dobbs into Clayton Tune, now into Kyler Murray, you have to play him. His target share just keeps going up every single week. Expect him to get in the end zone a little bit more. Definitely get him in your lineup if you can. If he's still on waivers, pick him up. And of course, play James Conner. And that's pretty much it for that.
Yep.
NFC West Showdown. Battle of the bad teams in that division. So, who do you like in that game? You think Rams sweep the Cardinals? Or you think Cardinals maybe sneak one out at
I
home?
mean, with Kyler back,
Anything's possible.
anything's possible.
It's really a pick 'em game.
Honestly, I'm taking the Cardinals. I'm taking Arizona. With Kyler back, I think him and Hollywood Brown are going to have a huge game. And I think they're going to take over L.A. because, like you said, they don't got Cooper Kupp anymore. And,
It's just, at least just not for this week.
yeah.
I'm with you.
Mhm.
I'm in agreement with you.
Yeah.
I think Arizona wins this game.
I like it. And as a Giants fan who don't have a lot of wins, we want Arizona to win.
Yes.
You know?
And hopefully you lose to the Pats and you get an even better pick.
That's what I'm saying.
Now on to your second favorite team, the Broncos,
The Broncos.
playing the Browns. Broncos are home against Cleveland. Broncos. Would you believe that the Broncos are actually favorited in this game?
I would.
Yeah.
They're
To
going
the
on a
7-3
little bit of a tear
Browns.
recently.
They have been. What are they on a 4-game win streak now?
I think so.
4-game win streak.
Win
Wow.
streak.
Oh
Yeah,
my
I
God.
mean, I'm taking the Broncos. You know, I think Russell Wilson's finally getting
Clicking.
Yeah,
Him and
he's
Sean
getting-
Payton are finally.
He's getting comfortable in the
Yep.
Broncos system. Him, Jay Judy, Courtney Sutton.
Sutton's been a fucking touchdown
I
machine
know
as of
he's
late.
been going off.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely start Sutton. I definitely start Russell Wilson. And honestly,
Even against all the Browns defense,
Yeah.
this dreaded, vaunted Browns defense has been the number one defense all year.
honestly, because at this point, Broncos really don't have anything to lose.
That's true.
They're gonna go out. They're gonna give it everything they got. The Browns, they got some stuff to lose.
Yeah.
You know, they've been doing pretty decent this season,
Mm-hmm.
but now they don't have Deshaun Watson.
Yep, they just beat the Ravens and the Steelers
Mhm.
back to back, two huge division wins. They're right there in the thick of it in the AFC North.
Mm-hmm.
So to go on the road in Denver, which is it's not a good place to play, not an easy place to play. That would be a huge win for them.
I feel like the Broncos defense is going to kill rookie quarterback. What is it? DTR.
DTR, Dorian Thompson Robinson.
I think he got the win last week. I don't think he's going to get back-to-back wins.
Yeah, Broncos are home favorites at -1.5. So again, another pick 'em, and the over/under is 36. So very defensive.
Yeah.
That's what they're assuming. Right now I can't really name that many fantasy players that I would like to start in this game because
Outside of Sutton and Wilson.
Sutton, Wilson, I wouldn't even feel great about you playing Javonte Williams.
Yeah, no.
And on the Yeah, I mean the Browns are going to
if you want to
shut
start
that
the
shit
Browns
down.
defense, I don't think
I would
that
start.
would be a bad
I
idea.
would start both defenses, honestly.
Yeah.
But definitely, if you can get your hands on the Browns defense, another hot commodity right now. And on the Browns side, Jerome Ford and Kareem Hunt in the backfield. Definitely do not play Amari Cooper. Not with a rookie quarterback against Pat Surtain. Absolutely not.
But if you need to play Amari Cooper, it's okay. I'm playing him.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you don't have any other option, play him. It's not going to be a pretty game. I mean, do your best to get him out of your lineup. It's not going to be a pretty one.
Mhm.
But play David Njoku at tight end.
100%.
Definitely play him. And play Jerome Ford. Kevin, you're like 3 for 3 right now. It's incredible. Play Jerome Ford, play Kareem Hunt, play David Njoku, play both defenses. Broncos, play Courtland Sutton. He's been a touchdown machine. Russell Wilson's been dealing it. It's going to be more of a slot fest, low-scoring game, so don't expect too many fantasy points in this one.
Yeah, no.
Oh, I read that one. That's a good one.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
really
actually
good.
one of my favorite books.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So talking about studies right here.
Yes, of course.
Yep.
Yep. All right. Anything else you want to add to that?
Nah, basically just
But you like the Broncos against Cleveland at home?
I like Broncos against Cleveland. Definitely start Courtland Sutton and Russell Wilson. Yeah, that's really all I have to say about it.
All right. Moving on. Chiefs at Raiders.
So this is going to be a blowout by the Chiefs.
Okay.
Enough said.
Enough said. All right, moving
Yeah.
on. No, but realistically though, the Chiefs have been owning the Raiders the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Chiefs are they're on the road, 8.5-point favorites.
I mean,
Over
watching
under.
the New Heights podcast, Travis Kelce says basically every road game they have feels like a home game for the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Like.
Yep.
Like the home field advantage when the Chiefs are away, it's on their side.
And Kelce typically has a very good game.
Yeah. I mean, last week he didn't.
In Vegas.
He definitely needs to bounce
When he
back.
plays on the road in Vegas, he typically has good games.
Mm-hmm.
The over/under is 42.5. So I expect the Chiefs to bounce back in a big way.
Yeah.
After their Monday night loss to the Eagles,
Mm-hmm.
expect them to clean up all their problems on offense. Expect Travis Kelce to have a big game. Start Rashee Rice. Get Pacheco in your lineup if you can. He's going to run the ball down the Raiders' throats, who cannot stop the run. Even though the Raiders have been playing very good defense, I think that the Chiefs just come out and blow them out of the water.
Yeah, I mean, especially with the season the Raiders are having and the season the Chiefs are having, I think
Mm-hmm.
it's clear the Chiefs are going to just blow out
Yep.
the Raiders.
And the Chiefs' defense has been playing insane all season.
Yeah.
And so I really wouldn't start too many people on the Raiders side. Obviously, Josh Jacobs, you have to play him, so start him.
Mm-hmm.
Devontae Adams, you can't really get rid of him anymore, so play him. But if you could afford to sit Jacoby Myers or Michael Mayer, don't put them in. The Chiefs are going to run away with this,
Yeah.
I feel like. And that's it. Obviously, play Mahomes, play Kelce. They're in your lineup. And that's it.
Yeah.
And check out.
Mm-hmm.
This game should be a blowout.
On the Monday?
No, on to we got 2 more games on the Sunday slate.
Oh, you're right. I
Yeah, we
missed
got
them.
Bills
Yep.
at Eagles. I'm excited for this one.
So am I. I mean, Josh Allen has not been having a great season, but I think he's finally going to pick it up against a tough opponent. You know, he's confident as a whole as a quarterback. I think he's finally going to show it this week.
Mm-hmm. Listen, he's been doing very well all season. He's the number 1 fantasy quarterback right now, leading in like total touchdowns, but he's leading the league right now in interceptions.
Mm-hmm.
Philly at home, -3, over/unders 48.5. It's one of the highest totals on the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So I expect a high-scoring game because both defenses have not been at their best. Not even like anywhere close to last year, where these
Yeah.
were 2 top 5 defenses in the league.
Mm-hmm.
These 2 teams have been letting up a lot of points on the defensive side, but their offenses have been good enough to keep them in games and win them games. Obviously, the Eagles being 9-1, I expect this to be a shootout.
Yep.
I expect Josh Allen to clean it up on the turnover side. Hopefully, anybody on the Bills side, definitely Allen is in your lineup. Start James Cook in your lineup.
Yes.
Get
100%.
Diggs.
James Cook has been having a great past 2 weeks.
Yep. Diggs is in your lineup, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
And the rookie, Dalton Kincaid. Expect this to be a breakout game for him. Even though he's been breaking out the last couple of weeks, expect this to be an even better game than he has. Expect him to get in the end zone. He's been a safety blanket up the middle for Josh Allen when Diggs has been getting locked down the last couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely start Kincaid and Diggs. I feel like they're gonna have a really big day on the Bills side. And on the Eagles side, obviously Jalen Hurts in your lineup. A.J. Brown is in your lineup.
Mm-hmm.
With a weak Bills secondary that have not been able to stop many
Honestly, Devontae
pass
Smith
catchers.
Honestly, he's probably in your
Devonta
lineup.
Smith is in your lineup. DeAndre Swift is in your lineup.
Mm-hmm.
Start the entire Eagles offense.
Yeah, might as well.
It's going to be a shootout. I recommend sitting the defenses for this one and just let it rock.
Yeah, I mean, I'm taking Eagles though. At the end of the day, I think they're gonna come out be 10-1 at the end of this week.
I would like to take the Eagles as well.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
think the
that,
Eagles win at home.
it pains me to say that being a Giants fan, but
Yeah.
you can't deny the Eagles are the best team in the NFL.
Yeah.
Like they're just good at football.
Mm-hmm. I think they win, and I think Jalen Hurts improves the MVP favorite
Mm-hmm.
right now.
Yep.
I think he continues to build on that, and the Eagles go 10-1 and continue to dominate the rest of the season.
Yep.
Yeah, that should be a fun one. That
yeah.
should be a fun.
Probably going to be the best game on Sunday.
It's going to be a fun little prime time in the late window.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a fantasy galore, I hope. I mean, I want to know what the weather is right now in Philly because I would like to know. Because if it's raining, nobody wants that.
Yeah. It's really anyone's game if it's raining.
That's true. Right now
It's
it's
looking
looking for a little rain earlier in the day on Sunday, but it's looking to clear up towards game time.
I mean, yeah, they've been getting rain all week.
Yeah, they have. Yeah, but I expect Philly to take care of business at home, even though they just went into a harsh environment in Kansas City and won their Super Bowl. It feels like after their Super Bowl rematch, it was a revenge game for them. So, I expect it to be a close game. I don't expect the Philly to blow them out, obviously, but I expect them to win close at the end. I think they'll make the less mistakes and win towards the end. Now, moving on to Sunday Night Football. Ravens at Chargers.
This should be a good game.
We got Chargers. We got Ravens on the road in LA. 3.5 point road favorites. Over under 48.5. Now that line shocks me just a little bit.
Yeah.
That's a very high over under because we have two high powered offenses, but one of these teams has a top 3 defense in the Ravens. And Baltimore currently has the best record in the AFC. Big portion of that is because the defense has been so locked down right now. Even though Lamar has been in the MVP race a little bit, he's been doing his thing. Mark Andrews being out is going to hurt them a lot.
Huge.
But the Chargers give up a lot in the secondary, so you could see a lot more Zay Flowers, OBJ, Nelson Aguilar.
OBJ's kind of been going off the past couple weeks.
Yes, scored a touchdown the last couple of games. Nelson Aguilar, Rashad Bateman. You got to start the pass catchers because you don't have that security blanket in Mark Andrews. Look to start Isaiah Likely against a weak defense. I think this is a perfect game 100%. For Isaiah Likely to do a lot and help Lamar. Obviously, you play Lamar. He's going to have a great game, I feel like.
He's Lamar Jackson.
He is Lamar Jackson. Now, on the other side of that, Justin Herbert has been balling out the last couple weeks.
Definitely start Justin Herbert if you can.
The Chargers, though, have just been pissing me off and a lot of the world off because I know everyone likes to shit on the Chargers whenever they can. Yeah. They like to call Justin Herbert overrated, even though you can't deny the stats right now. He's been killing it. It's the coach and Brandon Staley. I think we need to just I don't know. It's been now 2 years. I think we need to. I'm running out of words with this guy. I'm just running out of words, right? Can you give me Justin Herbert's stats right now on the year?
I got you.
Because this is, I need to explain to the people at home that Justin Herbert is not an overrated quarterback. It is the rest of the team. Because last week, Quentin Johnston, their first round rookie receiver, dropped a wide open pass down the sideline and on third down and caused the Chargers to lose that game against the Packers.
Yep. So Justin Herbert currently has 2,600 yards, 19 TDs, 5 interceptions, with a QBR of 71.7. That QBR is third in the league.
Yeah. 19-5.
Yeah.
He's not turning the ball over.
A great ratio. That's what you want in a quarterback.
He's not turning the ball over. What is he, third in the league in yards? Fourth in yards?
He's something like that, yeah.
He's top 5 in yards, top 5 in touchdowns. Throwing
top 5 in QBR.
We're playing random ads that we can't play. That's really good.
Yep.
5 interceptions on the season, and he's getting no recognition because they are 4-7.
Yep. And he's getting all the blame.
I mean, he's not getting too much. I mean, everybody knows that the Chargers defense can't stop shit.
Yeah.
And that the head coach makes.
Out too.
Yeah, now he's on IR, and the Chargers and the head coach has been getting a lot of the blame because they can't stop anybody. They're making questionable calls. They're going forward on fourth down whenever they can, and they're not converting. Yeah. But I mean, I expect this to be a really good matchup. Obviously, you play everybody on the offensive side for both teams. You play Lamar. You play Zay Flowers. Play Gus Edwards. Play OBJ. You can even start Isaiah Likely if you would like. I think he has a fine game. Chargers side, play Justin Herbert. Even though Baltimore is a really good defense, Herbert has been playing out of his mind recently, and I think he's looking to he's looking to prove the haters wrong. That he's a dominant quarterback in this league. No matter the record, no matter the coach, no matter the situation, no matter how many points the defense puts up, he's going to put up the numbers.
Me personally, I don't think he has anything to prove. Like, just look at his stats. Like, he's doing what he's getting paid to do. You know, it's not his fault that his defense can't stop shit.
And Keenan Allen, still in the offensive player of the year candidate.
At his age, I'm happy for him.
Another dominant performance last week in Green Bay, and I expect him to have a good performance, even though against a vaunted Baltimore defense at home. Yeah, but Justin Herbert, man. Yeah. I hope they get it figured out. I hope they fire the damn coach, and I just want to see them win and flourish. I'd like people to stop ripping on the poor guy.
Yeah,
because he's doing all he can. Eckler, Keenan Allen, and you try doing this with a defense that's giving up almost damn near the most points in the league, and do it without Mike Williams on your team. Go ahead, with an old ass wide receiver one who's killing it in Keenan Allen, and your running back who's mostly touchdown dependent, especially when he's playing against bad defenses or good defenses. I'm sorry. Yeah, but I expect the Ravens to honestly win that one on the road.
I think it's going to be a close one,
and all that said, I do expect the Ravens to still win that game.
No, 100%, but I think it's going to be a very close one. I feel like it's going to be closer than people think. And when I say close, I mean, like, I feel like it's going to be, like, 24-21.
24-21.
Yeah, like, it's going to be, like, a 3-point game.
That's a respectable score.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, so we're in agreement. And then, so that's it for Sunday. And on to the final game of the weekend to close out Week 12. We got Bears at Vikings. Vikings are home. They are -3 at home. Over-under is 43 points. And I
feel like this game's closer than people think.
Oh, 100%.
Because, yes, the Bears are terrible, but, Vikings don't have Justin Jefferson. Kirk Cousins isn't doing the greatest this season.
Kirk Cousins is out.
He's out?
Achilles, where have you been?
Wow, I completely forgot about that. That's my bad. Yeah, they don't have Justin Jefferson or Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins hasn't been playing great the last couple weeks.
I'm not going to lie. I don't pay attention to the Vikings, so I completely forgot about that.
Josh Dobbs, though, their current quarterback, killing it.
Yeah.
He's been doing very well.
What was I thinking? What?
Where are you right now, dude?
I don't know.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I just had a crazy brain fart. That's okay. Yeah.
I mean, listen, the Bears played the Lions on the road last week.
Yeah.
Bears were winning for a majority of that game. Blew it in the end, but Justin Fields looked great in his return.
They could build off that.
DJ Moore, again, you could see when Justin Fields is on the field, when he's not, the production that DJ Moore does for this offense. The run game gets going. The offense opens up a little bit more. You got Cole Kmet running routes. You got Darnell Mooney running routes. You got DJ Moore being your alpha wide receiver. Now, in Minnesota, Vikings defense has been playing very well the last couple of weeks. And for a majority of this season, that's a big reason why they have a positive record right now. Danielle Hunter leading the league in sacks. I think it's going to be a little tough for the Bears, but I do expect this to be a very close game. On the Vikings side, Josh Dobbs has been playing out of his mind. Running the ball has been a very dynamic part of his game. Second in the league in quarterback rushing yards behind Lamar Jackson.
That's actually kind of shocking.
And touchdowns. Right now behind Hurts.
Look at him go.
Yeah. But, I mean, I would start Jordan Addison in this game if you could. He's been a very good rookie this season. T.J. Hawkinson, out of his mind. He's the number one fantasy tight end on the year. So definitely play him. And there's not too much to say about this game.
I mean,
after that,
who do you got?
I like the Vikings at home,
Yeah.
and it's honestly probably better for the Bears because they'll pick will drop into the bottom three. I mean, they're already there, but just drop even more depending on how the Giants, Pats, and Cardinals.
Yeah, I mean, me personally, I know the Bears. Honestly, they should want to lose this game just based on like draft picks and all that. But I think they're gonna pull out a win.
The Bears
this season, yeah.
Wow.
This week.
Well, I would like the Vikings. Listen, I mean, it would be in prime position for the Vikings to win this game because they're going to be without Justin Jefferson again. But they go on bye the following week, in Week 13. They have a late bye this year. And to go 7-5, so to win this game and go 7-5 into the bye, and then you get Justin Jefferson back in Week 14, in a weak NFC, you're prime position to make the playoffs and even make a deeper run later in the season. And yeah, I think that's really all for that. I like the Vikings.
Well, we'll see how that game goes.
All right.
I wouldn't count out the Bears though.
No, don't count out the Bears. Definitely not. No, the Bears should
The
play a very good
Bears.
game. The Bears. No, but I like the Vikings in this game. And I think it's going to be a fun Sunday. It's going to be a fun late window Sunday night football, Monday night game. I hope everybody enjoyed the Thursday Thanksgiving games. Everyone enjoy the Black Friday game. First ever Black Friday
First
game that's
ever.
going on. Dolphins and Jets.
Starting at 3:00, an unusual time for the NFL.
Yeah, right in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
On Prime Video. We already talked about that game in the last podcast, so you can go check that out on our YouTube channel.
Again, I'm still calling out Tyreek Hill. What's up?
What's up, Tyreek? But that's it for us. I hope everybody enjoyed their holiday. Hope everybody enjoyed their time with their family and their friends and the good food that everybody was eating. Hope everybody enjoyed just watching some good old football. There's some great games that happened, and it should be a fun Week 12 this Sunday. A lot of close games, playoff implications,
We're
kind
gonna
of
see
stuff
a
like
lot
that.
unfold this week.
And also 2 weeks out from the fantasy playoffs. So get your lineup set up, and the trade deadline is next week.
Get those last-minute wins that you need.
And last-minute trades that you're looking to.
100%.
That way you can get your team locked in and ready to go for the playoffs coming up in a couple of weeks here. But I think that's it for us.
Yeah.
Got anything else you want to say?
No, I think I'm good.
No? I'm good.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Enjoy the rest of the weekend, and enjoy some football.
Go watch some football.
Adios, peeps.
Peace.